Hello again. I was asked in another question to talk about the various kinds of media that I like, such as magazines or television, internet, radio, etc., etc. Um, well, the things that I like about them, uh, let's see. Let's start with magazines. It's relatively entertaining. I don't personally, I don't purchase them often because one, they're expensive. Two, a lot of it's just a bunch of media gossip, and I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I have more important things, and I don't have much time to read it. Um, Radio. Oh, I'm a big fan of radio. Well, duh. My sequence in hold on. There's a glare on my glasses. The sequence that I'm doing in my communications degree, I cannot think today, is actually broadcasting performance. I want to go into radio if I don't fail algebra. But I would love to go into radio. I like radio because there's a certain amount of anonymity. You know, you're not listening to it because of someone's appearance or what have you. There's a decent amount of freedom in it, and it gives you more of an opportunity to get your point across, really, because they're just listening to your voice. And also, I listen to a lot of Air One, which is a alternative Christian radio station, and K Love. I'm sure many of you have heard of K Love. It's the contemporary Christian station, centered out of LA, I think, somewhere in California. But and my webcam decides to lag again. Well, um, I don't know. Radio is definitely my favorite. Whenever television, I hate television. I hate it. I hate it more than anything else. I really, I don't, I don't see a whole lot of the point of television anymore. I mean, besides objective news, like watch the weather or something. A lot of the reality television shows or cartoons or just any kind of program on television, a lot of it's just trashy nowadays, or it's reruns. I don't, and, oh, my roommate took her TV out of, wow. I can't believe I didn't notice that before now. I wonder when she did that. Well, now we don't have a TV in my room. um, Besides, I personally do not have the attention span to just sit around and stare at a screen for hours and hours on end, so I just, that's my least favorite, and I don't particularly participate in it unless it is necessary and my family makes me watch a movie with them or something, which is rare. But, that being said, okay, and I have to get this out there simply because it's just kind of something that's always been kind of heated for me. With magazines, the way people are portrayed. Everyone, I'm sure, knows that the majority of the ladies on the covers of magazines, inside magazines, any kind of photography of a woman or a man is photoshopped. We all know this. I mean, there was a quote from some actress, I want to think her name was Courtney something. She says, "Wow, I really wish I looked like her," talking about herself, but a picture of herself in a magazine. They had edited her so much she barely looked the same. They had cropped off pounds off of her midsection and her legs, and they had just edited too much. And I want to think it's, oh, what's her name? She played Rose in Titanic. She won't let magazines edit her pictures. What is in the magazine is her. That's it. It's getting to the point where some of the older ladies, like I can't believe I can't remember any of the names, but Jamie Lee Curtis, she won't let them edit, age lines or what have you, wrinkles, gray hairs. She says, "Leave it. This isn't me. Get over it." And some other actresses are finally getting it together, saying, "Stop. This isn't realistic. Girls, are, the eating disorder epidemic has just skyrocketed. And primarily because the ideal shape for a woman is impossible to get with the majority of body structures. Now, granted, there are some people that can get to that point. For instance, my roommate. Oh my gosh. She's gorgeous. She's a size 2. She's tiny. She looks like those Photoshop pictures. She's one of the many exceptions to this rule. God bless her. She's lucky. I'm sure there are girls out there that kill themselves for that kind of thing. Sell their souls to Anna or Mia, anorexia, bulimia. They risk their health for that kind of thing. They risk their morality. They would give up their lives for that. And it's sad. I'm just now having to break away from that myself. But there's there's my rant on some media. Television, I don't like how nowadays a lot of it's either trashy or it's very biased. For instance, Fox News, very, very conservative. MSNBC, flagrantly liberal. CNN, depends on their mood, I guess. They vary. So I guess they could be like the happy medium. But, I don't know, and with how depressing the world has gotten nowadays, there's almost not a positive outlet in this. Now, for the last thing I'm going to talk about is the internet. The internet has become an entity of its own. Think about it. Here's a question for you all to think about. And, you can reply to this video, whether it be on the post that I'm going to put it in, or you can put it in my ask box, wherever. What would life be like for you if Google had not been invented? That's a thought, isn't it? Email. Where would we be without emails? YouTube. Where would we be without that? Where would we be without Yahoo, Google, emails, Bing, Tumblr? I would be sad. Facebook. We lived without it, but now that we have it, would we? Who knows? The internet, we have become very dependent on the internet. For us college kids, you want to go do a research, you have to do a research paper. So what do? You go straight to Google, you go to Wikipedia, you go to QC or CQ researchers, you go to Google Scholars, any of those. You don't go to the library anymore. That's nonsense. Unless you're required to have a certain amount of scholarly print, like my English teacher requires. Nowadays the internet has become huge, and the thing is, it's not monitored apparently. There are a few restrictions like no child porn. Can't have child porn. I'm sure it's out there somewhere. I'm not going to dig around for it, but this is the convergence to the internet has been monstrous. You can watch TV, movies, you can watch the news, you can read newspaper articles, magazine articles, you can blog about things. You can, tell everyone about your personal life whenever nobody really wants to hear it on your Facebook status. You can do everything on the internet. Everything. You can find anything. I've learned foreign languages. I've learned sign language on the internet. I've looked up how to do my makeup on the internet. I've looked up how to cut my own hair on the internet. I've looked up how to do MLA format on the internet. I've looked up everything on the internet whenever I can't find it anywhere else. The internet has become a huge source of life for a lot of people. And I don't really know how I feel about that yet. There's a whole cultural lag where, technology and just life in general is moving ahead so much faster than my little mind can process and actually become to accept. Anyways, well, I'm almost at the 10-minute point, and yeah, I guess I'll end this for now. If there are any other questions, any other topics that you guys would like me to blather about, leave it in my ask box, and I'll be starting to get around to it. Anyways, ta-ta, my loves.